The ball swung around the arc, landed in Aliyah Boston's hands, and she went straight at Alicia Gray. It was a mismatch, and Boston buried it without hesitation. The crowd erupted. Then Kelsey Mitchell, always in the right place at the right time, stripped the ball and pushed the tempo. With the clock winding down, Lexie Hull let it fly and drilled a buzzer-beating 3 to end the third quarter. Gainbridge Fieldhouse shook like it hadn't in nearly a decade. This wasn't just a lead, it was dominance. Up by 15, the Fever weren't leaving room for doubt. And this time, the refs couldn't take it away. Everything about Game 2 felt like a redemption story. After the heartbreak and controversy of Game 1, Indiana didn't just show up, they sent a message. A defensive masterclass that suffocated Atlanta, an offensive rhythm that never let up, and an energy in the building that turned frustration into fire. It was the Fever's first playoff win in almost 10 years. And Caitlin Clark, sidelined by injury, was right there on the bench cheering her teammates on like a sixth player. This was more than just a victory, it was proof that the Fever could rise from adversity. Fans entered, Gainbridge still carrying the sting of Game 1. Whistles that felt one-sided, calls that looked like robbery. The outrage had lingered for days. Clips of Lexie Hull's perfect defensive possession called as a foul circulated online, sparking debates that went beyond Indiana. People weren't just angry, they were disbelieving. How could a team already decimated by injuries have to fight referees too? Stephanie White knew the truth before Game 2 tipped. Her team didn't need pity, they needed urgency. She challenged her players, saying there had to be a desperation in every possession. A willingness to win the 50-50th balls, to fight for rebounds even when outnumbered. It wasn't just strategy, it was a gut check. She was asking her team to look in the mirror and decide if they were willing to play playoff basketball the way it was meant to be. Played. From the opening tip, the Fever answered. They set the tone early, scoring first, contesting everything, and controlling the game from wire to wire. For the first time since 2002, Indiana went an entire playoff game without trailing or even allowing a tie. 40 minutes of control. 40 minutes where Atlanta never held the lead. That's how you erase the storylines of bad officiating. You don't leave room for them. Defense was the heart of it. Atlanta, a team that thrives on perimeter shooting, looked like strangers to their own system. The Fever locked down the arc, forcing the Dream into rushed shots and awkward possessions. In the first half, Atlanta shot 1-4-10 from deep. By the end of the night, they managed just 5-4-19. Every shot felt contested. Every drive collapsed under Indiana's pressure. When the final horn sounded, Atlanta had been held to just 60 points. And then there was the offense. Steady, balanced, and relentless. Kelsey Mitchell once again proved she's the heartbeat of this team, dropping a game-high 19 points and splashing for three-pointers. These weren't empty buckets. They were daggers, momentum killers, that forced Atlanta to chase shadows all night. For a player who's given years to this franchise, her home playoff debut was nothing short of poetic. Aaliyah Boston anchored the paint with 15 points, rebounds, and assists that kept the offense flowing. Against Atlanta's tough front court, she didn't flinch. Every touch in the post was calculated, either muscling her way to the rim or kicking the ball out to shooters when the double came. Natasha Howard brought grit, adding 12 points and 5 boards while doing the dirty work that rarely shows up in headlines but always shifts. Games, then came the surprises. Rookie Michaela Timpson, who hadn't played big minutes all season, exploded for 9 points in just 9 minutes. She checked in, brought a spark, and instantly changed the energy on the floor. For a team missing 5 players, her contribution felt monumental. And of course, Lexie Hull delivered the exclamation point, the buzzer-beating 3 that made Gainbridge roar like it hadn't in years. The beauty of this game wasn't in one-star performance, but in the collective. Every player had a moment. Every piece mattered. That's why when Boston spoke afterward, her words carried so much weight. She said the vibes in the locker room were crazy, that everyone was overwhelmed by belief in what they'd built. It wasn't just joy over a win. It was pride in their resilience, confidence in their toughness, and faith that this wasn't the end. Even Caitlin Clark, sidelined but present, fed into the moment. She clapped, cheered, and lifted her teammates like a true leader. Afterward, she even shared a heartfelt post about Lexie Hull's shot, reminding fans that while her body couldn't contribute, her spirit remained a part of everything. That unity, the healthy and the injured, the starters and the rookies, was what gave this victory its power. Now, the series heads back to Atlanta for a do-or-die Game 3. The Fever know the road won't be easy. The Dream will play desperate, fueled by their home crowd, looking to erase the humiliation of being dominated. But the pressure has shifted. Atlanta is expected to win. Indiana, forged by injuries and controversy, has already proven they can silence doubters. Their blueprint is clear. Mitchell's shot-making, Boston's control of the paint, is Howard's toughness, Hull's defense, and Timpson's spark. If those pieces click again, if the Fever play with the same urgency Stephanie White demanded, then history could be written in Atlanta. This win wasn't just about tying the series. It was about reclaiming identity. For years, the Fever wandered outside the playoff picture. Now, they've reminded the league what Indiana basketball means: grit, defense, and unity. They've silenced the refs, silenced the critics, and set the stage for a finale that could redefine their future. So here's the question. Do you believe this? Fever team has what it takes to shock the league in Game 3. Drop a Let's Go Fever in the comments if you're riding with them. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, turn on all notifications so you never miss the next chapter of this playoff run. Game 3 is everything Indiana just proved they're not done yet.